maybe morning, depending on where you might be. This is an old song called Rest Your Bones. You caught out at last to the shame of everyone. Your mindless pursuits brought to fall. Now say what you will, you were not so innocent. You'd reel me and I will rail you out as well. The thin wire falls somehow cuts through all of this. The joy and the trouble will part. And in chimes a voice brings you back inside yourself and speaks truth till your blue repeats it. It's been too long, 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 it's been too long. You brought up in safety beside cacophony, and picking the sense from the background noise. When sadness of fear brings you on the ground again, and surely you won't find it there. Alright, alright, Rest your bones in this hole. We'll come back for you. We promise we will not leave you here. Rest your bones. Rest your bones. That was an old one. It's good to see everybody on here. Gonna get the chat thingy working. It's a little temperamental, shall we say? But hopefully it shall appear. This is great. What have we got? We got some Taipei, some Moscow, some Mainz. Mainz, I love Mainz. Halifax, Belgium, Cole Harbour, of course, as forever. This is great to be here. I've got a very special guest today. I'm going to do one more song first with my big floofy thing, whatever that is, on top of my head. I'm going to play a new one because I keep promising to do that and then not actually following through. So why not? I'm going to do one more and then our guest is going to come in, who's flying in from the UK. Hopefully he'll make it here in time. So floofy. This song doesn't really have a name yet. I'm going to call it Simple Hope for the moment. You'll probably hear why. If you like this stuff and you want to share it around, there's a little sharing link below the video so you can post it on Facebook or I don't know if it works on like Instagram or something, maybe not. I'm not that advanced. This is a new song called Simple Hope. If I can remember it. Okay. Steer clear of open doors. Lean on your own. Words fly like all the earth, straight down the road. But there is another home that ties us out in the stillness, in the rush. Understanding this is what it's not about, you know, when it's enough. Simple hope is not 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 simple. But there is another home that tires us out in the stillness, in the rough. Understanding this is what it's all about, you know, when it's enough. Simple hope is not 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 enough. Yeah, thank you very much. Zern, did I write this song during isolation? I did not. When I say new song, it's hard to do that with one hand. New song, it usually means it's like about 4 years old. And yeah, but still working on it. So I'm about to bring in our special guest today. He's flying in all the way from the UK, I think in Brighton. It is Mr. Oh no, you don't need to see that. Mr. Ben Walker. I think he needs to unmute himself though. There he is.
There we go.
Say hello, Ben.
Hello, Ben.
You
Sorry, that's really old. I know. How's it going?
It's going pretty well.
Some lovely stuff earlier.
Thank you. There's going to be more of it as well.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, but this is our first time seeing each other. It turns out in about 14 years. I mean, we did a little sound check earlier, you know, not to lie or
It's
anything.
been quite bizarre, actually, considering the sort of timescales on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so do you want to do the story or?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a fun story. It's a fun little small world story where I've been playing for a few years now with an artist named Kamida Lane, who is from Canada but lived for a long time in the UK and worked on her first album over there in London. And she would always talk about this guy Ben Walker who produced co-produced, I guess with I guess, do you know Mike Furstack? Who
I
did
know
the other
of
side
only
of it?
through the scene in the same way. So
Okay.
It's kind of.
So it was a double feature, and Mike's played on the
Yeah.
show before, so some of our guests? No, you're the guest. Some of our audience members. Everyone's a guest. I'm the host. You're all my guests.
We're all guests here. It's fine.
We're all guests here. So you produced this album. So I used to hear a lot about Ben Walker. And then one day, Camille was round at my house, and I was talking about my brother Joseph, and she's like, Joseph Crabtree. I think Ben maybe suggested him to be a drummer for that album, which in itself felt like a small world thing. And then kind of digging in a little bit deeper, I messaged Joseph and asked him about you, and then he wrote back during a rehearsal with Camille to say, yes, I know Ben. You played in a band with Ben. And it turned out that in 2006, I think it was, you had a project.
It was a long time ago, but yeah, it would have been around then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was, sorry, Joseph played drums on it. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. So he played drums, I played guitar. And then there was someone else who sang and someone who played bass. And there were a good few gigs out of that, actually. It was good fun. Good fun.
And what was the thing that happened? Like you had a bass player, but they weren't able to play the gig, and so I was coming back from Canada for a couple of weeks, and Joseph's like, "Oh, my brother can play bass," so I learned all these songs, met you for an afternoon to rehearse, played the gig, and then it was done. So
that was it.
Yeah, and then
this is the weird thing. So somewhere in the middle of that, we ended up staying at Joseph's parents' house, obviously your parents' house. So it's like, oh, okay, so we've probably slept in your bed. This is kind of weird. So this is a very sort of strange kind of thing, and since then Joseph's been down in Brighton. So for anyone watching, I'm based in Brighton, which is right on the south coast of England, and Joseph's been down visiting quite a bit, and before all this COVID stuff kicked off, we did hang out, and it's been good fun.
Yeah, so it's the reconnections are happening.
Yes.
And
yes,
so I'm gonna post a little link here because I was just looking at your website, well, at your Facebook, I guess, yesterday, and just noticing that your last album actually came out like a year ago, pretty much.
It was a whole year ago.
Exactly. And I don't know if that was if you were gonna play some things from that album, if you had some other stuff that you were gonna play for us today.
I'm going to play one track from that album. Okay. I'm going to play one track that isn't from that album, but we'll probably make it onto another one because obviously we're all constantly writing and constantly working on new material.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing. So this is I'll play something.
Yeah, take it away.
So yeah, this was something I kind of started writing and then played it at a couple of gigs, and someone came up after one and said, have you thought about writing something about the murmurations? So down here in Brighton we've got two piers. There's one that's derelict and burned out, and the other one that's the pier, which, you know, these big Victorian structures that go out into the sea. And around late autumn, winter time, we always get the starlings that will group into these sort of balls of birds and kind of move between the two, and it's a beautiful thing to see. And anyway, I'd kind of like, no, I haven't, but actually now you come to mention it, that would be a perfect title for this next tune. So yeah, so this is I've called it Starlings because there's a million murmurations out there, but there aren't so many starlings. So, and I'm going to move this one out of the way so you can see my lovely face.
Beautiful. So nice.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
I just got a little housekeeping note. Nev in Newcastle pointed out that your microphone is sort of blocking the view of your fingers. I don't know if there's
you can have it one way or the other. I can leave that
adjustment.
Slightly out the way.
Perfect. We're in good stead. So, sounds great. Sounds beautiful. So yeah, how is it going over there? Are you able to keep yourself busy at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some other stuff that I've been doing. There's a lot of writing. There's some arranging and things like that I've been working on. I've just finished doing a whole electro pop arrangement for someone. Because why not? So there's a whole level of different things I can sort of be working on and writing, and there's always research. There's so much research as well to be looking at. So
what kind of research are you doing?
Tunes, books, things like that. So you can dig through, and a lot of these archive books, the tunes haven't necessarily been played.
Okay.
So it's not like you can sit there and go, oh, I'll go and hear this
yeah.
it. So you kind of find these scrappy manuscripts and things like that, and try and work out what the tune is and whether or not you can do an arrangement of it, which is quite nice. So it's keeping me busy, certainly.
Beautiful.
And it's all fuel for the next stretch or echelon, the next step, I suppose.
Nice.
But, yeah, it's good fun.
And just as a note to the audience members, the guests, all of our guests here, you're the host too. We're the hosts, they're the guests. There is a donation link below the video, and 50% of what comes in goes to the guests every week. And just a little bit of housekeeping on that as well. The some people have struggled with the form. If you click on the link, it asks for a username, and it's not that first spot. It's not like a PayPal username or anything like that. It's just something to identify you to me, so you can put like your name or whatever in there, and it will work. And yeah, it's an annoying thing that I can't seem to fix on the site itself, but just for those who have been struggling with that. So cut that off at the pass. So what else do you have in store for us?
I'll play, this is the opening track from, you mentioned about the album that came out 12 months ago, which is called Echo, and this is the opening track from it, which is called Afon. So Afon is the Welsh word for river, or it's the modern day version of the Welsh word for river. And so I grew up in a place called Evesham, and through it we have the River Avon. And the theory is that as subsequent peoples went and settled there, the Proto-Welsh that lived there originally all called it Afon. And then as the Romans came over, they said, okay, what's this? And they started calling it the Avon, rather calling it the River Avon, without realising that Afon and Avon mean the same thing. Mm-hmm. So in modern terms, it would be river, which is kind of cool. So you get this layer of inheritance from the place that kind of sits there on top, and you get it around the place as well. So like Breeden Hill is Briar, Don, and Hill, and they all mean the word hill. So it's hill.
We actually, I really just have to interrupt there because we have that up north as well. For those who don't know, who are from the northwest, Pendle Hill, it's the same thing.
I was going to say hill as well. Yeah, it's and the other one I learned the other day was Sahara Desert.
Ah, of course.
So Sahara means desert, and desert is obviously desert. So yeah, these tautologies in topography, not etymology, but anyway, there is a term for the scientific naming of places, and tautology obviously. But yeah, so one to fascinate your dinner party guests with, or folk
outside, I guess though.
So this is going to be, this will be Afon. That's the wrong capo. There we go. Haha.
Amazing. That's
Cheers,
fantastic.
Thanks very much.
I'm just messing up the video stuff over here, which you can't see. We got a lot of yellow wash hands clapping symbols for you.
Over here. Come and check.
And yeah, so Ben's gonna pop out of this little video here, and he's gonna be in the chat for a little while. So if you have any questions, fire away. I'm gonna post his the link to his last album as well that I just put there before, but give it you one more time just for good measure. And is there anything else you'd like to add before?
No, I mean, there's if you visit, there's a benwalkermusic.com. There's a mailing list on there, so you can get updated. You can find me on Facebook. I'm Ben Walker Musician. Twitter, I'm Ben W Walker. Instagram, I'm Ben Walker 1981, because there's an awful lot of Ben Walkers.
But only one Ben Walker.
But well, there's me, I suppose. You know. Well, thanks so much, Tim, for having me.
My pleasure. Yeah, and I'll see you soon, I hope.
Awesome. Cheers.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
That's Ben Walker, everybody. That was fantastic and just so nice for us, like I think for the two of us to connect again after all of these years, because it really had been like a strange little series of connections. And it's so nice the way that music can bring people together even remotely. So Ben will probably pop up there at some point. And again, donation button below. I'm going to play an old one, and then I've got a couple of requests I'm going to dig into. But please let me know in the chat if there are requests of anything that you would like to hear as well, whether it's something that I've done or just something in general. I love the challenge of just exploring stuff, whether I know it or not. But this one's called Tendrils, and it's for everybody. Old rages blocking all the holes, hide inside walls, decided to go. Calm silence, don't pick apart its source, make it up and just put it aside. Dawn find us waking upside down. Find your sense of you'd watch it unfold. Phrase tendrils creeping for a home. The steely grey glow of your eyes. But by night I'm silenced and still. Can you make yourself feel unkind? When you cry out, oh, when you see that we all have come freely alone. No brightness, but misinterpret words, deflect us from the side of you, drenched and afraid. Fight in the sourness that pulls around the brain. It's an offering, an offering, an offering again. Sealed inside each verse, up above my words. You've a sense, I'm sure, that's as true as any. For the times I tried but didn't make the connections, and I'm left to feel. If I was you, I'd lie. 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 Old judgment picking apart their eyes, fooled by the scope and pulled as rope. Old judgment picks apart your eyes. We barely are truthful to us. It's an oldie. One coordinate, this song made you a fan. Oh, cool. Yeah, back in, we did a release of it back in 2013, a live recording. And Phil says that this version was a little bit more up-tempo. It's true, I have a tendency to write songs and record them, and then I listen back to the recordings like, that was really slow, and then everything just kind of accelerates over the years. I'm going to play a cover now. This is the end of a very long saga. And the ugly mug is back for those who care. I have been, and Ben's here. Ben's just waved. Hello, Ben. I've been trying to learn this Leonard Cohen song forever. It's called The Partisan, and it's really fast. And I didn't necessarily think that Leonard Cohen was like a really flashy guitarist, but it turns out his right hand fingers very nimble with them. And so I started in a couple of people requested, I think, like back in March or April, and I started trying to play it, and I was at like 120 BPM, and it's like 180 BPM. So you don't need to know about BPM to understand that 60 is a lot when you're only at 120. That's a lot to catch up. So I'm not really quite there yet, but I'm just going to play it anyway because it's about time. So this goes out to David and Kate, and I think Leah's mum requested this one as well. So yeah, keep the requests coming because I like the challenges. I feel like there was something else I was going to say about this. And this is, it's a song popularized by Leonard Cohen, but is actually a song from the Second World War. That was kind of a bit of an anthem, as I understand it, of the French resistance. And one of the co-writers of it, I think she was from Russia initially and then moved to France. But apparently she learned the guitar from Prokofiev. So maybe Prokofiev taught her the flashy finger stuff, and then she played it, and then Leonard was like, I'm going to learn how to do that. Anyway, let's see if this actually works. Little bit of Leonard. Oh, and what I'm going to do is as well, because like I'm not sure like what the tempo is going to be, so I'm just going to like check first using a little metronome on my phone here. Once it loads up. It's polynome. See, 180. Other metronomes are available. See, that's fast, right? That's fast. When they poured across the border, I was cautioned to surrender. This I could not do. I took my gun and vanished. I have changed my name so often. I have lost my wife and children, but I have many friends. And some of them are with me. An old woman gave us shelter, kept us hidden at the garret, and the soldiers came. She died without a whisper. There were 3 of us this morning. I'm the only one this evening, but I must go on. Frontiers are my prison. Oh, the wind is blowing. Through the graves the wind is blowing. Freedom soon will come. Then we'll come from the shadows. Les Allemands étaient chez moi. Ils me désignent 3, mais je n'ai pas peur. j'ai repris mon âme. J'ai changé son froid de nom, j'ai perdu femme et enfant, mais j'ai tant d'amis. J'ai la France entière. Un vieil homme dans un grenier, pour lui nous a caché. Les Allemands l'ont pris. Il est mort sans surprise. Oh, the wind is blowing. Through the graves the wind is blowing. Freedom soon will come. Then we'll come from the shadows. A little bit patchy, but you know, got there. Now I'm going to do another one on the Spanish. So, what's everyone been eating? Important questions. Thank you very much for the kind words. That was hard work and many months in process. Gonna play a new one, well, not new, one from the new album. This is called Don't Mind, and it's for Helen. And it goes a little something like this. Not really. Goes a little something like this. Strong words, few deeds. Tell me what a friend should be. Go again, roll the dice. Show me where my heart should be. Never mind if we see the days. When it comes, it surely waits. Won't lights in the wall, is it too late? Lift the cup, lift the plate. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind. Big wounds in your short lives. Don't mind me while I'm saying goodnight, but you can't tell what comes out of my mouth. Or was it wisdom pearls, or was it turpentine? If you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind, but you don't mind, but you don't mind, but you don't mind, but you don't mind. The strummy one. Joe Strummer, very good. This is the week of left turns. Is everyone doing all right out there? I didn't ask all of my guests if they're doing okay this week, which it is not a necessity. You don't have to be doing okay. doing this every week makes me a little bit more okay. So thank you for being here and helping me. I'm going to do something that this is going to be the oldest song probably that I've ever played, dating back even before, I guess even before the Second World War song that I played. New Hermitage is okay. I am glad. Because my grandma's been watching these things, and maybe she's tuned in this week. I don't know. And she often complains that she can't understand what I'm saying, so I'm sorry, Grandma. But, you know, it's a choice. So I'm going to play something that hopefully she will recognize. Not exactly a request. I mean, I imposed it upon her as a request because it's a song that she knows. But this is an old song from like 1929, I think, by a jazz pianist named Fats Waller, and it's Ain't Misbehaving. So let's see how that goes. Lots of new chords for me. Let's start that again. Okay. This is for you too then, Andrew. That's what happened. I did a bend. I put up the capo in the wrong place. This will help. No one to talk with all by myself. No one to walk with, but I might be on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. I know for certain the one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's you that I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere, but what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't go out much, don't care to go. I'm on my bout, ain't just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, I don't go nowhere, but what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Well, that was a thing. Sorry, Grandma. I'll work on it. Yes, David, I do whistling and French. I got a couple more for you before we move along. And yeah, reminder of the donation link below. If you like that sort of thing, once again, 50% going to Ben this week. There's no guest next week. We're taking a little break. Well, they're taking a little break. All the guests. I'm going to be back here. Don't you worry. But just me. A whole hour of just me. Thanks, Nev. I'm seeing some more requests in there as well. Lisa Hannigan, that's a great idea. If you have any specific songs you'd like to hear, do fire away. I should try and get Lisa Hannigan on as a guest. That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? This next one's from my sister. She's watching. It's called Go On. And it's the title track from the second album that came out in 2015. And the song is actually on the album twice. It's a little Easter egg, a little trick. It's the first song and the last song, but just with different arrangements. But I'm going to play the version that's the last song on the album. Released by the wonderful Forward Music Tube. Without the tube. But they're watching today. And yeah, just some people have been asking as well about the best place to get stuff, because I think most people know that that your streaming sites, your Spotify's and whatnot, your streaming apps, I guess, don't recompense the artists very well. So actually coming and watching something like this and supporting this is huge. But if you want to get CDs or LPs, we have actual vinyl LPs, which I'll have to get some to demonstrate next time. We have LPs and CDs, and if you want to get them, then the best place is to go to Bandcamp, which is I'll put the link here. Yeah, and then the money goes direct to the label. They take a really small commission. But yeah, the next one is called Go On. We're getting so many questions here, so many comments. Oh, Snail House cover. That's a nice idea. Okay, so this is Go On. It's for Anna and for all of you too. It's for everybody. Everything's for everybody. You've heard enough of this now to make up your own mind and piece together. You chewed the horns of these off and left them as an offering in the culvert. Out your words and won't change them no matter what the fashion. Clothed in your nouns and your verbs, the best attempts to lead you to distraction. So come on, you don't hide. You don't hide it. Come on, don't tell me you wouldn't know by now. Lost in your jewels, your sense chewed out. Don't tell me you wouldn't know by west of it all, it's cycled round. Thank you very much. As always, it's been a delight to spend a little bit of time with you. I'll be back next week, same time, same place. And yeah, in the meantime, the last song I'm going to play is also from the last record, which is also available on CU Records out of Europe, who are also watching today. Hello, Elias. And yeah, I'm going to finish with a track from the last album. It's called Grace, and it's about acceptance of kindness, shall we say. Beautiful things happening when everything goes wrong, kind of deal. Keep the requests coming. I love to learn new things, even if I can't always quite play them. Yeah, maybe some like 3-chord songs for next time. Yeah, this is Grace for all of you lovely guests. Wrong capo.
On my way, I never act so calmly in the face of the records that you wrote. Storm up time, the copper beach, the couch is still. We tell ourselves that nothing ever changed so much. I see it all, the grace that you hold. You send me out in the cold, oh, to a cold toll, as much as you'd ever hold. Is it enough? Is infinity sin? Don't ever cast a stone before you. All of us are fickle and unmourned. At least you're not all the things you're not. Could there be anything that you would rather hear less? I see it all, the grace that you stole. You send me out in the cold, oh, to a cold toll, as much as you'd ever hold. You'd send me out, you send me out in the cold. It's not enough.
Thank you so much. Big thanks again to Ben for sticking around. If you want to make a donation, the link is below, and 50% goes to him. Completely unrelated, I was thinking just earlier today about, I wrote the word L shape, but with a lowercase l, and that really kind of like messed with my head a little bit. It doesn't work. It doesn't work if you write L shape with a lowercase l, because then it's just like line shape. Very important informations and insights you're going to get on here. I love you all. I will be back next week. Thank you for listening, as always. And yeah, see you next time.